Yeah, I suppose for me, last year I had a lot of issues around health. It was a tough year, especially the second half of the year. I didn't quite know what was happening or why. I just was feeling unwell all the time. And a lot of things had happened. I'd had surgery previously the year before on the gallbladder. And from that point on, my health never seemed to get back to where it was. I felt everything was interlinked. My health and my weight and everything was interlinked. So I reached out to Tony at that point. The good thing was that I could identify that there was something, but I was really lost as to how I was going to fix it. I kind of felt I'd been in nearly like a rut for so long. I'd lived in that way for so long that I was worried that it was nearly too late to kind of change my thinking or to alter that thinking. Something in the tone that she wrote her posts and the words and the language that she used intrigued me, pulled me in a little bit. It was a different language to what I was used to hearing, and straight away the talk about changing a mindset rang very true for me. It was actually where Tony had offered over a 6-week to lose £2 a week or something. Would this interest you if I could help you to achieve this? And that just triggered something in me. That was a starting point. I think that's the way I thought. It was like, well, that would even be a start. For me, the hard thing this time was not being in that right place. I knew it needed to be something that could keep me committed and keep me interested. And that's why I say going to a class just didn't do that. Whereas Tony's was more personal. I actually felt that she spoke to me as an individual, and that what she had to offer actually was for me. I felt she was speaking to me, and that's pretty powerful stuff when you feel that you can have that relationship with somebody. I had no idea. I was actually probably a little bit suspicious going into week 2 because I didn't know what I'd actually signed up for. But what I discovered as it progressed is that it was a very gentle drip feed. Took me really to the 3rd week to get that. I think when you go into something, especially around weight and health and fitness, you go in with this, I suppose, a desire for a quick fix. I actually loved the way it was drip fed to me. You know, we talked. I had that ongoing support of a chat and a conversation every week, which was quite difficult to bring that routine into place. I found that a challenge. By week 3, 4, it was routine, and I looked forward then to the conversations. Each week there was a new step or a new challenge, I suppose, set for me. So I was sent off to do a little bit of homework, to work through different little tasks, really to learn about myself and to understand myself. And that really intrigued me. It was like these conversations going on in my head, but with another person. When I started answering those things, then I actually started getting excited about the process. It was like starting to click into place, and all of a sudden it was becoming very clear as to how I actually felt about myself, which is really the crux of why I was staying stuck in that place. So then it was bringing me more into the current and into the present moment, and then we moved into the future, and we talked about what that could look like if, you know, I achieved the things that I wanted to achieve. You hit it on the head with the word awareness. Imagine in 12 weeks, you can help somebody create an awareness that in 50 plus years they've never had about not only their eating, but their emotional state, getting up and just doing some exercise, even just to feel good. It's not exercise for, you know, to lose weight, it's exercise to feel good. So she helped me to realize that everything I needed was there inside of me. I just needed to think about it. That again was the beauty of the program, is that she enabled me to be able to work out so much for myself. She's obviously there all the time, and she probably knows each step what the answer is, but she doesn't throw it at you. She allows you to work things out for yourself and work at your own pace, which is actually really important. I actually think for me it is my physical exercise, to be honest, because I actually feel really proud that I've got to that point. And it's still, you know, I'm still not running marathons, but I'm actually getting up and making a conscious effort to put the shoes on, leads on the dogs, and just go walk and come back and feel so good on the back of that. And because I'm getting that physical exercise in, then I don't want to sabotage that with food. They kind of come together very well. So for me, it's the overall thinking, but it's the shift in my mindset is the big takeaway. That shift in my mindset. I don't ever want to go back to that old way of Mary's thinking and her relationship with food. So I think for me, Tony has certainly pointed me in the right direction and given me the tools and the knowledge to make a difference now. Absolutely. And for me, I think it had got to the point where I had felt that what is the point in your life now of trying to create change? You know, you've been this person for so long, you're not going to be able to change that. What I wanted from that program was to walk into a room and just feel happy and content with who I am in the body that I'm in. And that has definitely changed. I now walk into a room, I'm proud, you know, I hold my head high. I don't go in kind of hiding behind my cardigans like this anymore. And, you know, I still have work to do and I acknowledge that, but I've already got a taste of what it feels like to be moving in the right direction. So I absolutely have to thank Tony for starting me in that direction and for crossing my path when she did. With whatever program you go with, you really have to be in that frame of mind that you really mean that you want to create the change that you're thinking about. Because I think it's not something that you can go into half-hearted. But I'd certainly say pick up the phone and have that conversation with her to see if it is the right match, because that relationship is actually really important. But I'd say pick up the phone, be honest when you're talking with Tony as to what it is that you really want to achieve, even though you might not quite know at that time, but be as honest as you can be, because they were the harder questions in the beginning where she's trying to understand what it is that you want to achieve in order to help you to do that. And that's why I say be clear that this is what you want at this moment in time. Otherwise, you're not being honest with yourself. I feel like I've got a lot of my confidence back, which had been knocked so badly before. As the weeks went by with Tony, I could feel my positivity coming back, and I felt stronger and I felt more alive, and it's just given me that passion back for life. But no, I feel very much more alive than I did when I started the program. And that's not necessarily about even how you look, it's how you feel inside here. So it's given me back that self-love which I had started to lose, and that to me is pretty powerful stuff. And if nothing else, that made it worth going on the program. I know I did say this to her, but I would have absolutely no hesitation in recommending Tony or her program to other people, to friends and to family members. Tony does exactly what she says. She doesn't offer false promise. She offers facts, and she offers a support system that I've never actually experienced using other methods, and that isn't to dish other methods, but what she offers is getting into your head and helping you unravel some of that old thinking that has kept you stuck for a lifetime in my case. So I will be eternally thankful for that. And now I really treasure my donuts when I eat them, and I appreciate them, but I certainly don't need them every day. So thank you very much.